It's Mollena's Black History Minute, which is longer than a minute, 'cause I'm reclaiming my time. Yeah. Hey, today's Black History Minute's coming to ya fresh out the box being the Black History Flashcards box by urbanintellectuals.com. Check them out. This is an amazing set. There are 4 decks, and they are all freaking badass. Today's Black History Minute, I'm just annoyed because I personally, this is not a historical figure who I have a particular rapport with, and I was a little bit annoyed that there's like no mention made of the problematic nature of his shit. So I will mention it. Here we go. Elijah Muhammad, born October 7th, 1897. And went on to glory February 25th, 1975, when I was just a wee child, and before my father became a black nationalist Muslim. At the time, he was just still a regular born-again Christian fanatic. That is its own story. Let us proceed. Born in the Jim Crow South, he moved to Detroit. He converted to Islam and studied under Master Fard, who was another American person who was the one who came up with the sort of doctrine of the Nation of Islam. After becoming Master Fard's representative for Nation of Islam, he became the leader. He mentored Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, and Muhammad Ali. He actually went to Muhammad Ali's compound where he was holed up, I think after he was convicted for not registering for the draft. There's another beautiful story. I would totally recommend looking that up if you're not familiar with that history. He refused induction into the military during World War II, jailed for 5 years, and is believed to be the inspiration for Muhammad Ali to do the same. So there you go, there's a mention of that. He oversaw the largest growth in the history of the Nation of Islam. He established the newspaper Muhammad Speaks, a University of Islam, private elementary and high school, grocery stores, restaurants, and more. He is very much a strong advocate for Black independence, financially first and foremost, in order to come out from under the heel of white America, which is super awesome and smart. That part I have no beef with. He purchased lands and businesses to provide housing and employment for the members of the NOI, Nation of Islam, and beyond. Here's the thing about that. I have read, and there are some people who say, well, that in his effort to buy land, he actually sat down with the Klan in order to secure their agreement to leave them alone. Here's the thing. I mean, okay, I guess, but like, what the hell, dude? There were people who reported that there was a whole meeting where these Klan guys showed up and they got booed, and then Elijah Muhammad like reprimanded them because these people were needed in order to secure their safety in the area. So a little sketch, yeah. Authored Message to the Black Man in America and How to Eat and Live. The part they don't mention is the fact that he was in fact having numerous affairs with his secretaries in the church. So there were about a dozen or so women who were pretty much his sex slaves and cranked out his babies. When they did step forward and say that they were being abused, this was against their will, they were suppressed, threatened with excommunication, and worse. And there was really no place for women at all to speak up in the Nation of Islam. There was, unlike regular ass Islam, women were to be seen and not held and crank out babies. So not very cool. Let us also point out that part of the Nation of Islam mythology is that these ancient black scientists were created the black race or were in charge of something or other, yada yada. I can't remember. It's very weird. But ultimately there was a white demon named Yaqub who created the white race as a graft from black people, and they had 6,000 years to like rule over the earth, and then black people were supposed to come back and take back their rightful place as the superior species. So this is a supremacy ideology, which I'm not a fan of, y'all. I'm just not. I do not believe that people should be supremacist of any anyway. Also, anti-Semitism, let's not rule that. His idea basically was that white Jews were, part of this evil plan, and non-white Jews were cool. Like if you were a black Jew, that was cool. You were the real Jews. as opposed to, these fake evil Jews. So also not cool. So we got the anti-Semitism, we got the racism, we got the misogyny, and then we also have the assassination of Malcolm X, for which he was responsible. He called it down, and that is just a fact. And this happened because, of course, Malcolm X had his second awakening and was like, yo, this is not cool what's happening in the Nation of Islam. He was very much disenchanted. He found out and was actually one of the few high-powered men in the church to believe the women's claims of abuse and said, look, this is not cool. This is against absolutely everything we stand for. This needs to stop. I can't be a part of this. He branched off. He went to do his own thing, and his charismatic nature and the fact that he had, in fact, gotten to where he needed to be really made him a threat. And then, of course, Malcolm X was assassinated by members of the Nation of Islam, which, of course, this gentleman said, oh, we didn't do that, but it's not a problem that he did. Of course, he could have just waited for the FBI, the CIA, the Klan, any random white person to do it, but he took it into his own hands. So, it bees your own people. I think I've covered it all. So there we go. Hopefully I won't have to do this off-brand rant again. I don't know, whatever. He did good stuff, right? He did, but he was also a murderous asshole who abused women and young women. And there you have it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you again to, what am I trying to say? I'm so annoyed. I'm just talking too long. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate you listening. You're awesome. And I'll see you tomorrow.